Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this week's CWC review. It was a bit flat, wasn't it, this week? Not really much in the way of like crowd interaction, no kind of real high spots. I don't think the competitors really cared that much about progressing. I'm obviously talking absolute rubbish because it was the greatest thing I'd ever seen. It had the match of the year in Kota Ibushi against Cedric Alexander. I was almost crying my eyes out at the end of this programme when Triple H came out. It's just, I tell you what, right, in a week where Raw just bumbled around in the dark, SmackDown just continued to be okay at best. We had got your nose chance on NXT. You just kind of sit there and you do worry a little bit about the state of wrestling this week. I know it's a bad week, whatever, yeah, but kind of sit there and you go, come on, CWC, the last thing I need is you to have a bad week. Have a bad week! Had the greatest week ever. It was phenomenal. There was only 2 matches. Sometimes, my friends, less is more. I just don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi. I don't know how that's not match of the year. I know I said this last week, so I know that you will probably be sat there going, oh, you said this, you'll say this next week. I might say it next week, and I might say it the week after that, and I hope that I do, because this CWC is just knocking it out of the park. Did you see that match? Right, let's just calm it down, calm me down. And let's go through this step by step. So we're down to the Sweet 16. So we've got Tozawa against Gallagher. We've got Tajiri against Gran Metalik. We've got Drew Gulak against Zack Sabre Jr. We've got Noam Dar against Ho Ho Lun. We've got Brian Kendrick against Tony Nese. We've got Kota Ibushi against Cedric Alexander. We've got TJ Perkins against Johnny Gargano, and we've got Lince Dorado against Rich Swann. That is the lineup. And this week we've got 2 of those matches. We got Tajiri against Gran Metalik. First of all, this match was awesome, right? Awesome. I watched this and thought, I honestly don't know how they're going to better this, Ibushi and Alexander. They did. But it was that good. There was This Is Awesome chance during this first match, and it deserved it. Gran Metalik, 27 years old, from Mexico. I understand he's signed with NXT, but I'm hearing lots of conflicting reports about that people have been approached and they don't want to sign because they've already got a few other deals in place. I'm not sure where Gran Metalik kind of falls in with that, but I think he's signed. I tell you, after this match, they should re-sign Tajiri. I really wasn't into the idea of Tajiri being signed, but after watching his 2 matches in this tournament, I'm totally on board with it. There was a moment in this match, right, which might have passed a couple of people by, but it really hit home to me. I think it was about halfway through the match, maybe 3/4 of the way through the match. Gran Metalik was slumped in the corner, absolutely selling his heart out. He looked exhausted. He looked like he'd given his all. And he was just down like this in the corner, just like he'd just taken a strike of some kind, I believe. And the camera looks across and Tajiri is walking towards him like a mobster, like a gangster, like someone that's in the middle of a hit. And he's not out of breath. He doesn't look tired. He's just walking towards him and he's just tying up his ring attire. He's just doing this, just like, right, yeah, I'm going to do that now. Finish that off. Then I need to go and get some bread. Then I need to get... It was incredible. It was incredible. You've got one of the most premium, high-flying athletes in the world in Gran Metalik, 27 years old, going up against this 40-plus-year-old guy who's just like, yeah, I'm going to do this... Okay, right, what are we doing? Right, yes. Brilliant. It made him look like a grandmaster. It made him look like this, I've said it before, like a chess master. Just going to do that, then I'm going to do that. That's going to get me the win. Then I'm going to move on to, I need to sort the laundry. So let's go through this. Grand Metalik aerials, very, a lot of springboard offense. One of the most impressive competitors from round one. Tajiri's been wrestling for 23 years. Good handshake at the start. Arm drag, leg sweeps, kick-ups. It was honestly, they were hanging with each other. Tajiri deserved a "you still got it" chance at the start of this because he was matching the lucha style, not doing the high-flying aerial stuff, but the little kick-ups and the little takedowns and things like that. It was head scissors. It was like, and I wrote, it was like watching the Olympics. It was like watching this intricate kind of performance. And Daniel Bryan and Muro Ranillo do a fantastic job of calling all the spots. There was one move in particular, I didn't know what it was, and I think it was Daniel Bryan that said it was a grounded octopus. And then they went into like crucifix pins, lots of 2 counts, lots of mat-based work at this stage. There was a super kick from Grand Metalik, there was rolling head scissors. As I said, Tajiri looked like an old master. Tajiri then was hit with a somersault plancha. There was like a Randy Savage elbow from Grand Metalik, springboard back elbow as well. This is awesome chance. The pace was really building. A jackknife from Tajiri, 2 count. Grand Metalik picks up the win with the screwdriver. It was brilliant. It was action packed. It had a decent pace to it. It was a slower, more mat-based match at the start. There was more high-flying elements that got introduced later. The pacing was lovely. It built up. Didn't really tell a story as such. I suppose if it was to tell a story, it was that, Tajiri looked the more dominant throughout the majority of the match. And as I said, at the halfway point, 3/4 point, he wasn't even out of breath, or certainly didn't look it. So they did a good job of making Tajiri still look strong. And Grand Metalik really had to bring out his full arsenal to get past this Grandmaster. That I suppose was the story, but a fantastic, truly deserving, this is awesome match. As I said, I really hope they sign Tajiri. Next match we had was Kota Ibushi against Cedric Alexander. This is match of the year. This is my match of the year so far. That could change in the future. Move for move in the early stages, they matched each other. Cedric Alexander had an amateur wrestling background, which explained why he was so good and crisp with the mat-based work. Head scissors, missed drop kick, a missed kick from Kota Ibushi. It was very back and forth, nip and tuck in the early stages. Back elbow from Cedric Alexander. Massive kick from Kota Ibushi. He can deliver that out of nowhere. Bang! He hit it. I thought it was done at that stage. But there was a missed moonsault onto the outside from Ibushi. Somersault was hit from Cedric Alexander. Massive springboard clothesline. This is awesome chance again. Huge strike to the jaw from Cedric Alexander. This thing now, the pace much quicker than that first match, really started to build up. Cedric Alexander dominating at this stage. Strong style strikes back and forth from the both of them. Not as many kicks from Ibushi in this match. A corkscrew pin. Only picked up a 2 count. An exploder suplex. The biggest springboard moonsault onto the outside from Kota Ibushi I have ever seen. When he runs towards the outside, Cedric Alexander's on the outside, he runs towards the ropes. I thought he was just going to do like a dive over the top. He doesn't. He jumps onto the top, does a moonsault. Missed head scissors, Pele kick, Inziguri, 2 counts. He sits up. Ibushi sits up after a 2 count. He sits up into a kick from Cedric Alexander. Covers. I thought it was done. How do you sit up, get kicked, and you get back down again and find? How did you get up? But he got up. 2 counts. I've put down here. I mean, like you can see my notes. It's just like match of the year. Gold Star Powerbomb picks up the victory, and it was just. I mean, I couldn't even write it all down. There are spots that happen in this match I can't tell you about because I am sat there like this. Just I can't. I'd have to go back and and I will, but I wanted to get this video out there first. I have to go back and watch it again. There's bits that I haven't written down. I've seen the whole match. I just can't relate it to you, like every single spot. But I know I've got the big stuff. But yeah, it was wonderful. And I've got to be honest. At that point, I was torn. At that point, at the end of the match, I was like, it is match of the year. It had more impressive high flying spots than Gargano Ciampa. It maybe didn't have the toughness of the strikes, but it had more near falls. And I think the only element that was missing was the emotion side, and I was torn. For me, in ring wise, Ibushi Alexander was match of the year, but that Gargano Ciampa had the additional emotion of them being tag partners and Ciampa going back in and the arm over the shoulder, and it's just like, I don't know. But then it happened. They cut away from the match and they tell you next week's lineup, which is Tozawa against Jack Gallagher, Noam Dar against Ho Ho Loon, Brian Kendrick against Tony Nese. Some fantastic matches there, things I'm really looking forward to. But we cut back and there's a please sign Cedric chant, and the guy has got tears streaming down his face. He has given everything and more. The commentary team are saying he did that for his little girl. And you're there and you're going, yeah, they should sign him. They should sign him, because that guy just gave us one of the moments of the year. Forget WrestleMania. WrestleMania was bobbins. It was awful. You know, you want to talk about real wrestling action and real emotional moments. You are watching one again for a second week running on a competition that has not existed before. And it was incredible. And they're chanting, please sign Cedric. The guy's got tears streaming down his face. And then Triple H walks out and he looks at the crowd. I feel myself getting upset. This is ridiculous. And he looks at the crowd and he goes, that's what you want. That's what I want. Yeah, I think you're right, we'll do it. Holds his hand up, shakes his hand, gives him a hug, whatever, I don't know. I was a mess. And they go out back and that's it. It's over. The transmission's over and it's just like, that's it. That's it. If you've got friends, or people you know that don't understand about wrestling, show them that match. Show them that match and show them what happens after, and then ask them after if they get it, if they understand, because there's no words that can do that justice. There's no way that you can explain that to someone and them for truly appreciate it, but they've got to see it. You've got to see it. If you've not seen it, you've got to see it. And that moment after, it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful, and I think that is what made it my match of the year. That's what did it. It didn't feel like a work. Triple H coming out didn't feel planned. I can't imagine they sat around backstage and went, right, what are you going to do, yeah? You're going to go out, you're going to put on the match of the year. So if you could just do that, put on the match of the year, that'll really help, right? Once you're finished, the crowd are going to chant, please sign Cedric. Right? They can't know this. They can't know this is going to happen. They can't plan for Triple H coming out. It could be the moment of the year because of that reason. I don't believe it was planned. I don't believe that they knew that was going to happen or that Triple H was going to go out. I think Triple H was backstage watching it and he had to make a call. He had to go, do you know what? I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out and I'm going to raise his hand and say I've acknowledged it. And that's what happened. And it was brilliant. And if you disagree, you disagree. I can only tell you my feelings on it, but oh, Jesus, it's going to take me a few hours to get over it. It's wonderful. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I need to go away and rewatch that match and just contemplate life for a good few hours. It takes an awful lot to leave me speechless, and that's what this match did. Thanks a lot for watching. Please give this video a like if you like this video. Please go and check out that match if you haven't. Obviously subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. And you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Wrestling Days UK. And just thanks a lot for watching. You know, really appreciate it, and I hope you join me next week for, you know, what promises to be another good week. I don't see how they beat. I don't see how they beat this week. I don't see how anything beats this week. Yeah. Thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye for now. Cedric Alexander, Kota Ibushi. Thank you.